If you practice guitar for hours every single day, but your speed, accuracy and relaxation barely improves, this video might sting a little bit. It took me over 20 years of playing and practicing guitar to realize what I'm about to teach you in just around 10 minutes. And if I had known this earlier, I would have progressed way faster and with way less effort. I'm sure you know that most guitarists believe that more practice automatically leads to more progress. In my personal experience from the last 20 years and from coaching thousands and thousands of students, I can confidently say it doesn't, because your nervous system doesn't really care about how long you're practicing each day. It only cares about what patterns you actually repeat. One very easy rule to remember is this one: random exercises equals random results. So fatigue when you're practicing or at the end of your practice sessions might feel productive because you feel like you really pushed your skills to the limit and beyond, but just doing this over and over again for hours and hours a day without any system behind your routine most likely just locks in bad habits in your playing and in your technique. So when I was practicing 3+ hours a day, just like this, just going for as much time as possible and fatigue as possible, I was really frustrated because I was practicing so much every single day, sometimes even 4 or 5 hours, but I wasn't seeing the progress that I wanted to see. And that's when I realized this: I didn't lack discipline, I lacked structure, as I would say 99% of other self-taught guitar players as well. And as I continued down this path, frustrating as it might be, I did realize a couple of very, very important takeaways that made me better right away. I'm about to share them with you, of course. Since most of you awesome people work on your technique and on getting faster and cleaner, here's a huge takeaway for this issue right away. Speed problems with your technique are not automatically strength problems. So you don't need to hit the gym to work on your biceps for a faster alternate picking technique. The reason why you're actually stuck right now, you most likely have problems with your coordination and your stability. That means your hands simply collapse when structure disappears, and tension here, either in your picking hand, in your wrist, or in your fretting hand or fingers, is a symptom and not the cause. Here's what I mean by that. If your speed just kind of falls apart once you try to speed things up like this, your system or the underlying technique that you were trying to build even at slower tempos, just like this, was never stable in the first place, and no matter how much work you put into this, your playing will always collapse once you hit a certain BPM limit, and that's why you might be practicing hours and hours per day without seeing the results that you want to see. Now, to give you some real value that you can instantly apply to your guitar playing after watching this video until the end, let me give you an actual example of how I structure my practice routines. By the way, my friend, I just checked the analytics on this YouTube channel, and literally over 80% of you awesome people are not subscribed to my Guitar Academy channel yet, which means that you are missing a ton of really awesome, completely free play-along workouts, exercises, instructional videos, and hopefully motivational content that will make you a better guitar player completely for free. So click the subscribe button down below right now. That way you won't miss any free awesome content like this anymore. Now back to the video. This is exactly how my anti-random practice system works. No more noodling for 3 hours. We're gonna go for a system now. So first, I have stability primer drills. This comes first every single time. So I'm not talking about warm-up exercises right here. These exercises are meant to teach your hands how relaxed control should actually feel like. These are done at a slow tempo. I focus on absolutely zero tension. And I also want perfect synchronization. So if this first step and these first exercises that I have in my practice routine feel kind of shaky at this tempo, speeding it up definitely won't work. To give you an idea of how stability primer exercises could look like, I will give you one from my personal practice routine. Check out this really cool workout. next step in my routine, something I like to call main pattern exercises. This is where most people jump in a bit too early. You're essentially going for the same movements that you trained with the stability exercises, just more demand on your hands, so to say, but you're still going for maximum control. The key idea is right here that each exercise has a big focus on one specific problem that you're trying to fix. Of course, the one solution that you want to apply to fix this problem. For example, a picking angle change for tricky string transitions. And of course, you also don't want any distraction right here. So you're not practicing a full song or a full guitar solo with thousands of things to pay attention to. These main patterns that I like to use for my shred licks, for example, that you can later combine in very interesting and musical ways, are all focused around one problem, one solution for the problem, and as I mentioned, no distraction, because you're basically working on one very useful main pattern. To make it less abstract, here's one that I really like to practice in my routine at this step. And then the third and final step, those are the transfer drills. I would dare to say this is where most practice systems and practice plans kind of fail, because this is about applying the same mechanics that you've been working on so hard to a practical and musical context. This will actually turn you into a better musician and better guitar player overall. So this is not about random noodling anymore or purely mechanical exercises like what you were training with the stability exercises, for example. The reason for the name right here, transfer drills, is because of an easy rule that you can remember for the step 3 exercises. If one of these drills does not transfer into your actual playing musically, it does not belong into this final important step of your routine. Once again, to make it less cryptic, here's an actual exercise that I like to practice. Notice how this one sounds much more musical than the technical workouts that we were training in step number 1 and even step number 2. And now here's the honest truth about all this. You can understand this whole concept and still go back to completely random practice tomorrow, or you can choose to follow a fully structured system that tells you exactly what to do each day. Inside my Patreon you can find a brand new practice package that is based on this exact system. This new package includes my personal 3 favorite stability primer exercises, the 3 best main pattern exercises, and 3 extremely awesome transfer drills as well, all organized so that your practice actually compounds. And since it's the start of the year, for the very first time ever, I'm giving brand new members a massive 30% discount on annual yearly memberships. The 15% discount was always in place because I want to reward your consistency, but I added another 15%. All you have to do is enter the discount code 2026 best year. It's only active until February 12th. After that, the discount will be gone. That's less than a coffee per week for an actual system that replaces years of trial and error. The link is in the description. Let's make your practice finally work. This isn't exactly about practicing less, it's about practicing on purpose. Structure always beats motivation, and progress beats exhaustion. As you know, when practice feels really random and chaotic, progress stalls. But when practice is structured, progress becomes inevitable. If this video helped you rethink practice, this system will help you rebuild it. I'll see you inside. Link is in the description.